6, 3.14 goals against average, save percentage at 89%. Puck back behind the net. Tate Taylor for Fargo, up ice with it. Battle for it in the half wall. Felicio over there for Waterloo. Now puck and play back behind the net. Nice job of the forecheck. They check it free from the Fargo skater and Finn McLaughlin. Battle for it to the half wall, and Waterloo is really controlled play here early on in the first couple of minutes as they will send Felicio back to play it. And they will start the rush up ice once more with the Black Hawks, as they come in 5-4 in the month of March, but got 6 points last weekend. The win at Cedar Rapids, a 3-goal third period shot from neutral ice, a bouncing puck as Spicer able to make a play on it. Backhanded out, back to neutral ice. Bozer looking to fire it back in. That sent cross ice, and back to play it will be Mike Phelan. Phelan will drop it off. And here comes Waterloo with it again. Fired back in by Felicio. Brings it around to the near side. Nice job. As somebody lost a helmet. That was one of the Fargo skaters. Might have been Parks. He's going to have to come out and dump back in. Brazen Bozer will play it back behind the corner. It's either, it might have been Tate Taylor perhaps. Somebody lost that helmet. As Felicio, here's a shot deflected and in for a goal from the point. Might have got tipped in front. Looked like it did. Jaden Kerr was the one that threw it on net. Off the draw. Fargo, these teams met early in the year at the Fall Classic. And then Swanson and Morrissey got the goals in the shootout, and Fargo won the extra point back on January the 27th. They have not met since. Puck comes near side for Quinn. We'll get the rest of the scoring on that goal here momentarily as Fargo comes back the other way with Swanson. Swanson for Plant. Plant gets tied up as he tried to maneuver his way in the slot. Taken back by Waterloo and Erdman. Erdman at center. He will come across the line. Drops the pass off for Altrichter. Has a shot, backhanded shot. Save made by Hampton Slukinski. Circling back behind the goaltender is Brazen Bozer. It's in the Friday night series, or that series in late January, then won on a shorthanded goal to get it to overtime, and then won on a shootout. Here's Parks with it. Parks stick handles. Try to feed. Tom Leppa couldn't get free. He gets tied up at the half wall far side and taken there by Waterloo. Intercepted back by Lee Parks. Lose Parks reaching for it. 7 minutes to go in the first. Puck comes free and it's controlled by the Blackhawks and Tyler Miller. Miller coming in 28 points. 8 goals and 20 assists. Dumped in by the Blackhawks as back to play at Newmeyer. Ooh, Newmeyer takes a hit. A big hit back behind the net. Huge hit from Reed Morick. Back comes Newmeyer. Down the right wing boards he goes. Newmeyer to the corner. We'll swing it around far side. Parks waiting for it. He gets tied up. Second skater Will Felicio there for Waterloo as Merrill Stenari trying to dig that puck free. Finn McLaughlin in on a shift on defense now for Fargo, just off the bench. Loose far side. Fargo tries to set up on the forecheck. Stenari back behind the net. McLaughlin trying to chase it down and can't. 6:13 to go in the first. 1-0 in favor of the Blackhawks. We have a penalty coming. It's going to the line with it. Alt Richter chased by Tom Leppa. He's escorted over to the far side wall. Pass back to the point. An errant pass. Davitelli after the loose puck into the Fargo offensive zone. Gets tied up with a Waterloo skater. Trying to gain control, but taken back there by John Mustard. It's not been a real fruitful power play, an effective power play here. Some errant passing by the Blackhawks. 23 to go on the man advantage. Loose puck again. Davitelli can't get to it. Taken there by John Mustard. As it poked away at center. Nice job on the poke check by Tom Leppa. He'll head to the bench. Davitelli after it. In the Fargo offensive zone. The puck back behind the net. Waterloo, one more rush up ice with Felicio. Pass does not connect. Reaching for it is Griffin Erdman. Now Plant trying to disrupt things. 5-on-5 now is a very effective penalty kill by Gavin Lindbergh. Back behind the net. Over to the far corner. Hakkarainen to play it. Now Brazen Bozer into the announcement on the goal. As the goal goes to Mason Fleece. Here comes Stenari. Defender fell down. Stenari in on a shot. Getting a piece of it with Spicer. Defender fell down with what a wide open path for Merrill Stenari, and Spicer with the save. Fargo trying to keep the offensive pressure going. Hakkarainen kind of skates, kind of caught at the half wall. Here is Newmeyer. Newmeyer left circle. Fargo with a line change coming as Parks and Benz come out. We've seen pretty much 3 lines for Fargo for the most part. We've not seen a lot. We've seen Stenari and Fleece. But Wyatt Sipniewski, 4 skater out there for Fargo. Loose reaching forward is Benz. Here's Stenari. Back behind the net, Stenari to the corner for Bentz. Inside of 90 seconds and counting here in the first. 1:18 and counting. We're tied at one. Fired hard off the inboards and off the back of the goal. Taken there by Bentz. Bentz in the corner. And to drop it off and taken there by Carson Reed. He's checked. Waterloo puck comes back up the wall. Battle for it right in front of the Blackhawks bench. Parks trying to tip it free. Loose neutral ice and dump a shot. Save made by Slukinski. Long rebound. Slukinski kicks that one aside. Then a third shot against Tom Lepa off the face-off. Poked out and out of the zone. Back to play it at center is Jaden Kerr. Kerr will dump that one back in. Goes back behind the cage. McLaughlin gets tied up. Taken there by Reed Morritt. Comes back to the point. Now for Nevers. Nevers fires it to the corner. Rings around over to the far side. Lee Parks will get there first for Fargo. And here comes Fargo with Lepa. 2-on-3. Lepa dumps it in. Trying to get to it is Merrill Stenari. Stenari will drop it off near side for Lepa. Lepa. Now for Lee Parks in the corner. Overskates it. Trying to control is Merrill Stenari. Throws it in front off the skate of Lee Parks. Now Taylor comes to the right circle to play it. Thought he might go to the backhand. Now back to the forehand of the corner. Works his way back behind the net. Trying to go up and over a skater. Got cut off by Jaden Kerr. Nice job by Kerr to hold his ground back behind the net. Loose puck trying to grab it on the run. Here comes Nevers. Nevers, 2-minute major, or the minor, I'm guessing. Off the face-off. Fargo, depth getting tested here seriously as Felicio back behind the net. Tied at 1, 16:38 to play here in the second. So checking from behind, 2-10 on Eero Hakkarainen. Alt-Richter, as here comes John Mustard. Mustard quickly into the offensive zone. Getting tied up, Griffin Erdman to the far side wall. Newmeyer for Bolzer. Bolzer trying to ring it around, and Alt-Richter trying to keep it in. Davatella trying to poke it free. Comes back down the wall. And Fargo looking to clear it out, and it's going to be wins in the season in USHL history. 48 set by Des Moines. That was back when they just 56 games in the regular season. That number has climbed to 62 over the years. Dumped in and cleared out by Fargo as Davatella gets tied up over there with Felicio, and back come the Blackhawks again. Deering cannot control it. Rolling puck, Tate Taylor after it for Fargo. Takes a swing at it, and rolling puck back out to neutral ice. Alt-Richter looking to dump it in. Not yet. He'll drop it off for Felicio. Felicio at center. Now for Alt-Richter. And carried in by John Mustard. Down the left wing boards with a full head of steam. Works his way in. Backhanded shot. Slukinski the save. Puck comes back behind the cage. Comes back high slot. Felicio's shot blocked. Getting a piece of it. Harper Bentz. Taylor will take a swing at it and trying to clear it. And he does. Puck goes all the soft drinks in this evening. Off the face-off. Batted free. Chopped out to neutral ice as Tyler Miller with that big hit that led to the checking from behind call on Hakkarainen. Good to see him in there. Centering feed in front, and shot just poked away. That time is in and on Slukinski was John Mustard. Battle for it along the wall far side. Miller trying to shovel it along. Somebody lost a stick. That's loose at neutral ice. Nevers cannot control. Here's Parks. Parks grabs a loose puck at the red line, dumps it back in. Sam Plant, first one there for Fargo. Centering feed, nobody home. Parks couldn't get there. Batted away by Miller. Swanson had a centering feed. That one blocked, and I think was played with a high. Had a centering feed deflected. Davatella unable to carry it out. Sent back behind the net. Out of the far corner with it comes Davatella. Davatella turns and will fire it back to neutral ice. Taken there by Jaden Kerr. Stick handles and flips that one back in. 9:10 to go in the second. Line change coming for the Blackhawks, trailing 2-1. Raising Bolzer for Quinn. Now back for Bolzer. Bolzer trying to get around Chris Bettini, who takes him off the play. Bouncing puck back at center. That's taken by Bettini, but couldn't settle down and lose puck at center. Finally carried back in. Bettini gets a second chance, fires a shot high and wide, just above the crossbar. Inside at 9 to play here in the second period. Fargo with a 2-1 edge here. Game number 57 of the season for the Force. 45 wins. 3 shy of matching the all-time record for wins in a regular season in the USHL. Here comes Bentz. Bentz, sharp angle shot off the side of the goal. Centering feed, Lepa couldn't control. And now comes Waterloo with numbers 4-on-3. As they dump it in, chopped away back to neutral ice, fired back in. Eddie Reveding out there for Fargo. D-to-D feed for Leo Gruba. Gruba stick handles. Fargo shorthanded with forwards running 8 defensemen tonight. 8:10 to go here in the second period. Long feed. Sent cross ice and ends up on goals. Off the face-off, it is controlled, comes back to Quinn. And Swanson, now the all-time points leader in a season for the Force with 72 and counting. Goal and a helper tonight. Swanson, second of the USHL in scoring. Now Plant comes across the line. Plant knocked free. Quinn back for Plant on the corner, tried to center, deflected. And Alt-Richter will play it now for the Waterloo Black Hawks. Their first and only trip to Shields Arena, at least in the regular season. Alt-Richter a full head of steam. Trying to come wide, puts the brakes onto the corner. Spins, centering feed. And skating out with it is Waterloo, is coming out to the blue line and unable to maintain the zone was Felicio. Will Felicio has ascended cross ice, and that'll lead to a power play now for Fargo. Newmeyer to the bench. Fargo has that one cleared by Waterloo and all the way down. Griffin Erdman back to play it. Erdman centering feed, a couple of sticks and skates, and carrying it out is Eero Hakkarainen for Fargo. So he bumps into the official with the puck into the offensive zone, saying, hey, ref, get out of the way. Hakkarainen takes a hit from behind. It'll still be 2+ minutes in the power play when we come back for the third period. So, all you can eat. And they went to the trough 3 times. 5-1 in favor of Fargo as Davitella. For Stenari, back for Davitella. Now Hakkarainen into the corner. Back to the point for Gruba. Gruba winds and fires. I think Erdman kind of forced him in. There was nowhere for him to go, basically. So Jake Fisher gets the goal. His second of the night. He now has 22 on the season. So 5-1 Fargo. Loose puck back to neutralize. Davitella trying to scoop it up on the run. Tried to fire it in. It went off the official, and he nearly went down, but able to keep his balance. Good work by the man in stripes there to keep his balance, and he was just about ready to do the splits. Loose puck as Waterloo trying to get to it, and they finally will with Grady Deering. Pass deflected, loose, reaching for it is Felicio. Felicio at the red line, reaching for it. Poked away by Parks for Swanson. Here's Lee Parks. Lee Parks into the slot. He fires and scores! And BU, Gophers held off Omaha. The Gophers might have been ripe for an upset. Omaha playing close to home, playing some good hockey. Gophers rallied for a 3-2 win. Trying to get back into the Frozen Four. Frozen Four in St. Paul in a couple of weeks. Here's Bentz. Bentz looks to send that puck in deep, but grabbed by Tate Taylor. Sends it back to neutral ice. Felicio. And that flipped in by Bozer. Bozer in the corner. Backhands it near side. Here comes Parks. Parks back to the point. Felicio comes back down the wall. Felicio, toe drag, shot save made by Slukinski. Rebound back, poked away by Hampton once more. Felicio keeps that puck in deep. Tate Taylor for Bozer back behind the net. Waterloo changes up a pair of skaters. Chris Bettini grabs the loose puck. Felicio flips that one in. Bouncing puck towards the goal is playing that like a middle, and for the Waterloo Black Hawks, 10.5 to play in the third. It remains 6-1 in favor of the Force. Fisher and Parks with goals here in the third to add to the Fargo edge. Here's Fleece. Fleece has it poked free and taken back and possessing it Waterloo and Will Felicio. Felicio finds a lane, comes across the line, poke checked and taken off the play by Tate Taylor. Back to neutral ice, and Waterloo will try and get set of the offensive zone once again. Phelan. Lansing tried to throw it in front. It went off. Face off to the left of Hampton Slukinski. UND leads 2-1 now over Michigan. Jackson Blake with a goal for the Fighting Hawks. 2-1 North Dakota in the regional down Maryland Heights, Missouri, the suburb of St. Louis. As we're inside of 10 minutes to play. Erdman poked away at center by Brazen Bozer. Fargo back the other way. Tried to connect the pass with Bentz. Felicio grabs it now for the Blackhawks. Poke free, here comes Parks. Knocked it free. Tried to set up another scoring chance. Forced a turnover and got a goal. It looks like will be a little bit of icing on the cake. Fargo with a 6-1 advantage. There's no way that these two teams, there's a 5-goal difference. And Waterloo coming in playing some pretty good hockey. Steady hockey. Very productive weekend last weekend. Kind of separated themselves from Tri-City, but still with visions of trying to get a first-round bye, the number 2 seed. Shot save made by Slukinski. He's racing in on that shot. It was Matthew Lansing for the Waterloo Blackhawks. Correction on that 28, Brock Schultz. Schultz with that shot. East Grand Forks, Minnesota product. Tied up there over the corner. Schultz trying to come away with it. Loose, and Bettini trying to grab a loose puck, trying to get free from traffic, and does. Nevers dumps that puck in as Leppa on the draw. Off the face-off, Gruba. Trying to win a puck battle in the corner, near side. Puck comes free up the wall. Davitella's there and comes back to the point. Felicio, a drive, clean look, shot, and Harper Bentz and Tom Leppa, the scoring on those goals. 2:36 of the third. Fisher from Bentz and Leppa, same as it was late in the second. Shot save made, cleared aside, and Stenari back the other way, drops it for Harper Bentz. Bentz dumps it in deep. Stenari trying to get there. And taken back by Waterloo. On the Parks goal was Parks from Swanson at 3:38. Scoring on the 2 goals here in the third period, as offside all of his body into that shot. Fargo clears it all the way down, as both teams will change up on the specialty teams unit. 36 on the Stenari penalty. 2:40 to go in the third. Final moments of this one ticking away. Force leads 6-1. As racing into the zone, John Mustard brings around to the far side. Nevers towards the right circle. Back for Felicio. Well, Felicio walks in. Felicio, they throw it in front, gets deflected around, backhanded in, trying to stuff it home as lead to a suspension. More to come on that probably for tomorrow. So check out the pregame for that. Fired wide, kept in by Mustard at the point. Knocking it away, Davitella forces Mustard back to center, and we're back to even strength. Loose puck, Davitella for Tate Taylor. Plays it off the board's far side. Felicio. Going to drop it back towards the middle of the ice, and there to play it, John Mustard, as Waterloo looks to reset. We're inside at 2 minutes to play in the third. Fargo leads at 6-1 as Felicio stick handles, and that one flipped in as well. Face off to the right of Slukinski. Fargo controls off the face off of Taylor, brings it around near side. Felicio down the wall. At the half wall, puck comes free, controlled by Leppa, and quickly flips it back to neutral ice. Compton. Waterloo trying to see if they can get one here late. As Taylor in the corner. It's tied up there with Bettini. Davitella flips it free for Stenari as Peter Cesar with him. Stenari trying to split 2 skaters and couldn't do so. Puck swept away by the goaltender Spicer. Final seconds a tick away as Cesar gets knocked down to 2, down to 1. Fargo picks up the victory.